George Jorgenstein asked, "Can you add a car into your next video?" Alright, here you go. This is a nice car right here near A site of Dust 2. Because of it, this spot is actually called car. Not to be mistaken with the other car that has a spot named after it. This one at B site. Of course you can argue that this spot deserves the name a lot more since it was here since CSS, but at the end of the day, they're both cars, so they can be both correctly called out car. But what about the other cars? This one outside long is also a car, and these two at T-spawn. Oh, and there is one more right here. Actually, let's count them up. So far we have 6, and there's also this truck here. Do trucks count as cars? Yeah, dumb question, makes sense they do. And I think that is all of the cars in Dust 2. But CS2 has so much more to offer than just Dust 2. It would be a mistake to not spend the next couple of hours of your life counting video game cars. So yeah, let's find out how many cars are there in Counter-Strike 2. I'll be starting off easy with Ancient. It has only this one truck outside B and that's it. Mirage also has very few vehicles. There's the van at B site, as well as these 2 small cars outside B and T-spawn. Lastly, City Spawn features 3 buses, which are definitely cars, but also 2 APCs. I'd say APCs probably count as cars. If they had the tank treads instead, they might have been closer to tanks at that point, though aren't tanks just like armored cars with guns? Anyway, I count APCs as cars, okay? Moving on to Inferno. Terrorists arrive on these 2 vans. And also we can see this tiny truck that actually floats a bit off the ground, Valve please fix. One more truck here at the start of second mid, and here's a new question for you. Do scooters count as cars? I didn't find a clear answer, seems it depends on the law where you are, and what is it top speed, and what is the fuel capacity, and a bunch of other stuff. For this list I won't be counting it as a car, but I'll make a separate scooter counter. Going further up mid we find 2 more trucks. One on A side, as well as the sneaky van. Bicycles are definitely not cars. These 2 trucks are though. And looking over this wall we can see 2 APCs. Lastly there's this super sneaky truck on Banana. Not going far from Inferno, on Italy cities once again arrive on an APC. Going up left we walk past a scooter and see this adorable little card. There's another like this at T-spawn, and another scooter, and that's about it. Office is also very simple, 1 city APC, 1 big truck, and 2 cabs outside of the playable area. On Anubis we have only 2 cars, 1 truck that terrorists arrived on, and this super sneaky car right here. No APCs this time, since cities arrived by boat. By the way, good time to mention that I wouldn't be counting wingman maps, since all of the ones we have right now are just cut out portion of existing 5v5 maps, but unique arms race maps are fair game, so let's go over them real quick. On baggage we have these 2 vans, as well as 4 planes, which are definitely not cars, but also a forklift. This poor thing had its fork pulled out, but trust me, it's a forklift. Can it be considered a car? From what I understand, they wouldn't really be allowed to drive anywhere where cars do, unless they have special modifications installed. As well, they require a separate license and are affected by different laws. It's hard to say, but I think I'll put them in a separate construction vehicles category. There also we'll put the only vehicle on shoots, which is this loader. Now on to the last 3 maps. Overpass had the cities arrive on an APC, with 3 trucks inside. The park side of the map has no cars at all, but going down to T-spawn we find 2 more trucks, as well as 2 forklifts and this suspiciously car-shaped tarp. We can't be 100% certain without checking. Looking under it, it all makes sense. Last thing of note here are the trains. They of course don't count. Actually not as many cars as I expected from Overpass, but alright. Nuke starts off with the classic APC, as well as a forklift. Surprisingly, there's no cars pretty much anywhere else on the map except T-spawn. Walking down T-spawn you see 2 trucks and this huge parking lot. You can see 16 cars parked there, making Nuke the most car-populated map so far. But not for long. Last but not least. The map I was dreading to get to. Vertigo. Starting out at T-spawn, you see this construction elevator type thingy. Apparently it's called a scissor lift. There's another one of those on your way to A. And the rest of the map seemingly has no cars. Until you look down. Alright, first of all, let's zoom in. We can see that cities arrived on police cars and blocked the traffic around the building. That's a total of 61 cars that aren't moving. Now onto the moving ones. At first I thought not to count them, as clearly with time more and more arrive and leave, so how would I even do that? But after inspecting them for a while, I realized something sinister. It is a finite amount of cars that drive for a bit and then teleport backwards to their starting position just to repeat the process. The developers of the map were smart and cleverly designed the city so the teleport happens only while the cars are behind tall buildings. So you can't see the teleport happen. But you can actually notice its effects. If you stand at B and look here, once this yellow car gets behind this building, it teleports away and its place takes a pink one, driving in the opposite direction. Valve, did you think we wouldn't notice this? Please fix. Anyway, considering it's a finite amount of cars, that means I can't count them. Though them moving is making it a bit hard. I'll have to utilize my secret weapon. I stopped time, now nothing can stop me. Alright, so there are 72 moving cars. I counted each and every one, even the sus ones that go through buildings. Lastly, I checked everywhere else around the game. There's one last super secret map. It's a warehouse where you inspect skins and unbox cases. That's our last forklift and the last vehicle in the game. Okay, while editing this, I just found another forklift. It's like in the very end of the warehouse. I have no idea what it's doing there. I don't think you can even see it from the skin inspect screen. Anyway, whatever. I also realized I did my math wrong. Anyway, okay, it's all good. So the total numbers of Counter-Strike 2 are 199 cars, 3 scooters, and 9 construction vehicles. This information is super important and will be key to solving all of the world problems. It should be our priority to share and spread it as much as possible. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss any future super high quality videos from me. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.